Kekurangan gizi itu tak baik, tak baik. Tubuh kita mudah terserang berbagai macam penyakit. Protein, karbohidrat, vitamin, mineral, lengkapi gizi keluarga kita. Jagalah lingkungan bersih, aman dan sehat untuk kita semua. Yo ayo kita makan yang beragam, membiasakan berperilaku hidup sehat, rajin berolahraga, jaga berat badan, itulah 4 pilar gizi seimbang. Bangsaku sehat berprestasi. Ya ayo kita makan yang beragam, membiasakan berperilaku hidup sehat, rajin berolahraga, jaga berat badan, itulah 4 pilar gizi seimbang. Bangsaku sehat berprestasi. Bangsaku sehat berprestasi. Setiap pagi, selamat pagi, ayo sarapan agar tubuh sehat dengan gizi seimbang. Ayo semua wujudkan harapan, gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat berprestasi.
Hey, ayo semua kita bangun pagi-pagi, minum air putih 8 gelas sehari, pakai sepatumu, mari olahraga, lari, bersepeda atau lainnya. Atur makananmu untuk sehari-hari, batasi minyak, garam, gula, jangan berlebihan, dan jangan lupa timbang berat badanmu. Ayo kawan semua kita terapkan gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Badan sehat, pikiran cerdas, perilaku mandiri. Gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang, produktif, kreatif, serta bangsa sehat berprestasi. Atur makananmu untuk sehari-hari, batasi minyak, garam, gula, jangan berlebihan, dan jangan lupa timbang berat badanmu. Ayo kawan semua kita terapkan gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Badan sehat, pikiran cerdas, perilaku mandiri. Gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang, produktif, kreatif, serta bangsa sehat berprestasi.
Selamat datang di Universitas Binawan. Universitas Binawan berdiri sejak tahun 2001. Saat ini kami berkembang dengan 13 program studi yang tersebar ke dalam 6 fakultas. Pertama, Fakultas Keperawatan dan Kebidanan dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D3 Kebidanan, S1 Keperawatan, dan Profesi Nurse. Yang kedua, kami memiliki Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat dengan 3 prodi juga, yaitu D4 Keselamatan dan Kesehatan Kerja, kemudian S1 Gizi, dan S1 Teknik Lingkungan. Yang ketiga adalah Fakultas Sains dan Teknologi dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D4 Teknologi Laboratorium Medis, S1 Farmasi, dan S1 Aktuaria. Yang keempat, kami memiliki Fakultas Fisioterapi dengan program studi D4 Fisioterapi. Dan kelima, Fakultas Sosial dan Humaniora dengan program studi S1 Kesejahteraan Sosial dan program studi S1 Psikologi. Terakhir, kami memiliki Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis dengan program studi S1 Manajemen. Metode pembelajaran di Universitas Binawan dengan menggunakan metode perkuliahan dalam jaringan dan belajar langsung melalui praktikum serta magang di institusi nasional dan internasional. Nah, dengan metode ini terbukti bahwa sudah banyak alumni Universitas Binawan yang terserap di pasar kerja internasional. So, mengapa harus kuliah di Universitas Binawan? Karena kami tidak hanya mendasari konsep pengetahuan, namun juga memberikan pengalaman langsung untuk menguatkan kompetensi yang diperlukan pasar kerja. Ayo wujudkan mimpi kalian bersama Universitas Binawan, kampus internasional, digital, dan berakhlak. Binawan, kampusku.
Kami berdua lulusan dari Universitas Binawan Jakarta.
Kami berdua lulusan tahun 2018 dan sekarang bekerja di Aerofood Industrial Catering.
Jadi nggak akan nyesel untuk kuliah di Binawan, Jakarta.
Setiap pagi, selamat pagi, ayo sarapan agar tubuh sehat dengan gizi seimbang. Ayo semua wujudkan harapan, gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat berprestasi.
gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat berprestasi.
Pedoman gizi seimbang untukku, untuk kesehatanku. Gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat dan berprestasi.
Gizi seimbang,
Wujudkan insan sehat yang mandiri.
pangan dan hidup bersih, menuju bangsa yang sehat, hey, berprestasi. Masyarakat sehat, cerdas, mandiri, produktif, serta bangsa sehat berprestasi. Karena gizi seimbang.
Pedoman gizi seimbang untukku, untuk kesehatanku. Gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat dan berprestasi.
Setiap pagi, ayo sarapan agar tubuh sehat dengan gizi seimbang. Ayo semua wujudkan harapan. Gizi seimbang, bangsa sehat berprestasi.
Selamat datang di Universitas Binawan. Universitas Binawan berdiri sejak tahun 2001. Saat ini kami berkembang dengan 13 program studi yang tersebar ke dalam 6 fakultas. Pertama, Fakultas Keperawatan dan Kebidanan dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D3 Kebidanan, S1 Keperawatan, dan Profesi Nurse. Yang kedua, kami memiliki Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat dengan 3 prodi juga, yaitu D4 Keselamatan dan Kesehatan Kerja, kemudian S1 Gizi, dan S1 Teknik Lingkungan. Yang ketiga adalah Fakultas Sains dan Teknologi dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D4 Teknologi Laboratorium Medis, S1 Farmasi, dan S1 Aktuaria. Yang keempat, kami memiliki Fakultas Fisioterapi dengan program studi D4 Fisioterapi. Dan kelima, Fakultas Sosial dan Humaniora dengan program studi S1 Kesejahteraan Sosial dan program studi S1 Psikologi. Terakhir, kami memiliki Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis dengan program studi S1 Manajemen. Metode pembelajaran di Universitas Binawan dengan menggunakan metode perkuliahan dalam jaringan dan belajar langsung melalui praktikum serta magang di institusi nasional dan internasional. Nah, dengan metode ini terbukti bahwa sudah banyak alumni Universitas Binawan yang terserap di pasar kerja internasional. So, mengapa harus kuliah di Universitas Binawan? Karena kami tidak hanya mendasari konsep pengetahuan, namun juga memberikan pengalaman langsung untuk menguatkan kompetensi yang diperlukan pasar kerja. Ayo wujudkan mimpi kalian bersama Universitas Binawan, kampus internasional, digital, dan berakhlak. Binawan, kampusku.
Kami berdua lulusan dari Universitas Binawan Jakarta.
Kami berdua lulusan tahun 2018 dan sekarang bekerja di Aerofood Industrial Catering.
Jadi nggak akan nyesel untuk kuliah di Binawan, Jakarta.
Hey, ayo semua kita bangun pagi-pagi, minum air putih 8 gelas sehari, pakai sepatumu, mari olahraga, lari, bersepeda atau lainnya. Atur makananmu untuk sehari-hari, batasi minyak, garam, gula, jangan berlebihan, dan jangan lupa timbang berat badanmu. Ayo kawan semua kita terapkan gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Badan sehat, pikiran cerdas, perilaku mandiri. Gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Produktif, kreatif, serta bangsa sehat berprestasi. Atur makananmu untuk sehari-hari, batasi minyak, garam, gula, jangan berlebihan, dan jangan lupa timbang berat badanmu. Ayo kawan semua kita terapkan gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Badan sehat, pikiran cerdas, perilaku mandiri. Gizi seimbang, gizi seimbang. Produktif, kreatif, serta bangsa sehat berprestasi.
Engkau temanku, apakah engkau tahu makanan apa yang baik untuk tubuh?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome to the online webinar series, Learn from Experience, sharing session among nutrition experts. With the session 1, Nutritionist Career Opportunity in Asia. So first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Lina Agestika. I'll be responsible as your moderator for today's event. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend a very welcome to you all, the attendants. We appreciate you taking your time off from your very busy schedule to join us today. We hope that all of you could learn a lot from the speakers, especially for you, students who majoring in nutrition science, or for you who interest to study nutrition in the next future. I'm glad also to welcome firstly Director Interim from Binawan University, Dr. Ayu Dwi Nindyati, MSc Psikolog, the Dean of Faculty of Public Health, Dr. Agung Cahyono, MSc, and the Director of International Affairs, Binawan University, Ms. Hana Nabila, MPhil. Thank you for your attendance that support us so that we can organize this event. Secondly, I'm glad also to welcome our invited guest speakers, Ms. Fatma Silviani from Indonesia, Mr. Muhammad Syahrijan bin Abdul Hamid from Ministry of Defense, Malaysia, and Ms. Marieta Saavedra Hilario from San Pedro College, Philippines. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will explain a bit about the presentation term so you can enjoy and learn from our presentation. So firstly, the audience should fill in the attendance through the link that we will share during the presentation to receive the e-certificate. Allocated time for each presenter is 20 minutes. So after that, we will have a question and answer session. During the presentation, you will have the opportunity to submit text question by typing your question into the comment pane under the YouTube streaming video. You may type and send in your question at any time during the presentation. We will select 2 or 3 questions for each presenter and address them during the Q&A session. Please do insert your full name, your university, your question, and should be addressed to which presenter. You can access the speaker's materials through the link we provide in the end of this event. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we meet all of the speakers and also our representative from Binawan University, may I invite all of you, the organizing committee, to join me here to take the group picture together. So may we open the video, all of us. Hello, everyone. So everybody is ready to take the group pictures? Ready? Okay. So we will say cheese in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. So, all right. I'm sure that you will really excited for our guest speakers. So, however, everyone, before we start, we may hear the opening speech first from our university representatives. So firstly, we welcome Dr. Agung Cahyono. Hello, Dr. Agung.
Hello, Mrs. Lina. How are
How
you?
have you been?
Okay, I start or
Yes. So,
yes,
Dr. Agung,
okay.
yes, you
Okay,
can start your opening speech, please.
okay, thank you, Mrs. Lina. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for this opportunity. I am Agung Cahyono from Binawan University. The Honorable Rector of Binawan University, Ibu Ayu Dwi Nindyati, MSc Psikolog, the Honorable Director for Directorate the International Affair, Ibu Hana Nabila, and of course, very grateful to Mia Srimiati, Head Department of Nutrition, Faculty of Public Health, and all the committee. And also, very welcome to all speaker today. Thank you to Mrs. Fatma Silviana from Nutrition from Rumah Sakit Pusat Otak Nasional Indonesia. Thank you. And then Mr. Muhammad Sarizan bin Hamid, Nutrition from Ministry of Defense Malaysia. So far from Malaysia, but close in here. Okay. And then Miss Marieta Saavedra Hilario, nutritionist from San Pedro College, Philippines. Maybe we meet in before ya, in apa namanya, virtual. And welcome to all the participants in this seminar. Today, I am very happy because there is an international seminar in Binawan University. Thank you for committee. And this seminar is organized by Department of Nutrition, Faculty of Public Health, Binawan University. The theme of this seminar is learn from experience. This is a sharing session among Asian Nutrition Experts. So it's very interesting. Okay, in this world and the next during this pandemic, maybe it is very difficult to develop a career and will be challenge a career include as nutrition. This seminar will discuss experiences as a nutrition in various country. I hope we get a lot of lesson from this seminar, especially for student. Yeah, student. Hello, student. Nutrition. Okay. After this seminar, there will be an agenda for the next international seminar series at Binawan University. Please enjoy and thanks for your coming in this seminar. Okay, back to you, Mrs. Lina. Thank you.
Oh.
Still mute.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Agung. Okay, so next for our second opening speech will be from Miss Hana Nabila. Miss Hana, are you ready?
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Lina.
Okay, the time is yours, Miss Hana.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Chancellor of Binawan University, Dr. Ayu Dwi Nindyati, Dean of Public Health Faculty, Dr. Agung Cahyono, Head of Nutrition Department, Ibu Mia Srimiati, and honorable speakers of today's event, Miss Fatma Silviani from Indonesia, Mr. Muhammad Sharizan bin Hamid from Malaysia, and last but not least, Miss Marieta Saavedra Hilario from the Philippines. Respected faculty, staff, and students, selamat datang, welcome, maligayang pagdating. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude for the support of the university, faculty, and the Department of Nutrition for organizing and hosting this event. Directorate of International Program is delighted and honored to give a full support for this international seminar series, especially one for today, entitled Learn from Experience Sharing Session Among Asian Nutrition Experts. Despite current health crisis, I hope that we always find a light in collaborating, improving our partnership, and most importantly, to not lose hope that everything is still possible despite the limitations. We believe international seminar is principally designed to enhance the continuity of partnership between Binawan University with different institutions all over the world. Moreover, this gathering enables us to maintain the cooperation and connection we have built for some time. Distinguished guests of today's seminar, in today's fast-changing world, it calls for a close partnership between countries. As we know, Merdeka Belajar, freedom of learning, globalization, and other reasons should give us a mutual understanding in international cooperation with the aim of achieving mutual benefits. I hope this event will highlight them in the form of knowledge improvement and experience enhancement. As part of the university, let me inform you that Binawan is in process of transforming, and Binawan believes that better future is feasible. Your support for international cooperations is one of the main agenda, and we will continue to do so in the context of a wholehearted commitment. I am closing my opening speech this morning with a thank you for the students, all participants from wherever you are, for your full cooperation, attendance, and contribution to this seminar. Wishing you a fruitful and productive session. Thank you. Terima kasih. Selamat. Back to you, Ms. Lina.
Okay, Ms. Hannah, thank you very much for your very inspired words. Okay, so we move to the third opening speech from our Rector Interim, Dr. Ayu Dwi Nindyati, MSc Psikolog. Ibu Ninin, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Lina.
Okay, the time is yours, Ibu Ninin.
Lina. Okay. Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for inviting me to this international seminar. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the Honorable for Pak Agung, for the Dean of Public Health and Binawan University, also Ibu Mia as the head of Department of Nutrition in Binawan University, and also Ibu Hannah. Thank you so much for your amazing work to help us about this international seminar. And also I would like to say thank you so much for the speakers. I would like to say thank you to Miss Fatma Silviani, nutritionist from Rumah Sakit Pusat Otak Nasional Indonesia, and then Mr. Muhammad Sharizan bin Hamid, nutritionist from Ministry of Defense Malaysia, and last but not least, Ms. Marietta Saavedra Hilario, nutritionist from San Pedro College, Philippines. Thank you so much for three of you coming today, this morning, and would like to share about the experience in nutritionist work experience in many in your country and in Indonesia. Of course, I would like that this activity will give us more enrichment knowledge, enrichment, mutual understanding, and also cooperation among us. And I think that we learn about something, learn about knowledge or competencies. It's not to be, we have to experience it by ourselves, but by listen to another's experience, it will be enrich our knowledge also. So I think that we will have many information that very useful to our country and to ourselves, because we hear this experience from Malaysia, from Philippines, and also from Indonesia. We can more understand how the behavior of human about the nutrition itself. And also I think that this this event will be useful for our students to open their mind that become a nutritionist. It's not just for in Indonesia. As long as we can understand that culture, as long as we can understand the what is going on in other country, I think that it is possible. We can reach our career. We can pursue our career as a nutritionist in another country, and also I think that if I read here in flyer that Mia give it to me, but we will learn about the sharing session among Asian Nutrition Experts. I think that so the term is nutritional career opportunity in Asia. I think that this is a bigger opportunity for the students that you can understand how to start, how the possibility if you want to reach your career as nutritionist, especially not just for Indonesia, but it's another country and Asia. I think that Asia is have the same ingredients of food that not too many different, and the taste also it's not too many different. So maybe it's not hard to learn, it's not hard to understood how to enlarge our competency so we can compete with another nutritionist from their country. And especially thank you for Mr. Muhammad Sharisan and also Miss Maria Safidra that you will share your experience in Malaysia and Philippines, so it will be make us more understanding about what is the goal, what the development of the nutrition field in Philippines and also in Malaysia, and that's for my speech. And I think that I would like to open this seminar, international seminar, and I hope all of you students and colleagues and also the lecturers in Binawan University and for everywhere can learn about the nutritionist from this session. And good luck and enjoy this seminar. Thank you. Miss Lina, I set my regards to you. Thank you for your lead this event. And I think that I would like to say salam kenal. I think this is my first time I saw you. Thank you very
that's
much.
true.
See you.
Thank you, Miss Ninin, for your very warm words. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm sure that you can wait any longer, but however, I want to inform you that we will have the giveaway for 3 audience. So one is for the best questions, and 2 of you should post it on your Instagram on the story. If you follow that our presentation is very interesting, and you should post in your Instagram story. And don't forget to mention at Prodi Gizi Binawan or and at Universitas Binawan. So there will be 3 giveaway for you guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we will start with our first presenter. Please welcome Ms. Fatma Silviani from National Brain Center Hospital, Professor Dr. Mahar Marjono, Jakarta. So first of all, so let me introduce her to you first. So Ms. Fatma Silviani, she graduated from bachelor degree program in Nutrition Science, IPB University. And she has been a dietitian for 7 years in 2 national hospitals in Indonesia. That's very great, right? So please welcome Ms. Fatma.
Yes, Miss Lina, thank you.
It's really like a reunion for us.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, she is also my best friend when I was in IPB University. So, Miss Fatma, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Miss Lina.
So, Miss Fatma, you will have 20 minutes for your presentations.
Okay.
I will give you a code when the time is almost finished.
Okay.
Okay, so you can start your presentation right now. So the floor is yours, Miss Fatma.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Lina. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. May Allah always be upon us. Okay, I am Fatma Silviani, nutritionist at National Brain Center Hospital, Professor Dr. Mahar Mujono Jakarta. Before that, I would like to thank the organizing committee for inviting me to this extraordinary event. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to share screen. Yes, before I talk further about who am I and what I do, let me explain a little about where I work at the moment, namely National Brain Center Hospital, Professor Dr. Mahar Marjono Jakarta, or well known as NBC. NBC is a type hospital. NBC is a type A hospital under a Ministry of Health of Indonesia. And patients who come to NBC for treatment are patients with brain nervous system disease. Okay, for example, strokes, brain tumor, meningitis, high nerve pain, and others. Besides the main facilities such as inpatient rooms and polyclinics, NBC has also supporting installation, for instance, the nutrition installation. Okay, currently, NBC nutrition installation has 15 nutritionists, and this is our full team. Beautiful, right? Okay, just because all of our members are women, that's not mean men cannot be nutritionists. In other words, men also have same opportunity to be nutritionists. Okay, some nutritionists are in charge of food delivery, starting from supervising the receipt of food ingredients until the food is distributed. Some of them are in charge of providing clinical care for inpatient and outpatient. Our working hour system is divided into two types. There are shift and non-shift. Shift working hours for nutritionists who are in charge of food services, and non-shift hours for inpatient and outpatient nutritionists. I currently work in the stroke ward. And now I would like to share my experience as I have been working in this job for 7 years, and how do we, the team of nutritionists, work in the hospital. Okay. Yes. Even though I am working as nutritionist in the hospital that mostly related to dietary management and food service to the patients, we still have several responsibilities to the societies and our profession as well. Okay, regarding our task to provide the food service management, we do give both inpatient and outpatient nutritional care, then giving them nutrition education and consultation, and then we also conduct nutrition education to the civil society, seminars, workshop, trainings, and conduct research in the field of nutrition, and provide guidance to the nutrition students that were under internship program in our hospital. Okay, have you ever been this before? I think all nutritionists, especially who work in hospital, familiar with this model. Yes, this is a NCP model atau nutrition care process model. Our daily tasks are providing nutritional care to patients. For the inpatients, we nutritionist team provide the nutritional care. The process begins when a patient from when a patient was admitted, being hospitalized, entering the ward until the patient discharged from the hospital. And every day, on average, we are responsible to provide a nutrition care process for 30 until 40 patients for each nutritionist. Okay, in the stroke ward, for example, I did nutrition care for 40 admitted patients. The nutritional care that necessary perform is individual and comprehensive. It's individual because the nutrition care process that designed to the patient from other patients. It's also comprehensive because the nutritional care process consists of several steps that are interrelated and written in international standard, referring to the nutrition care process terminology. First step of nutritional care process is assignment process. That is assignment process. The nutritional assessment process is carried out of maximum 48 hours, starting from the time the patient entered the treatment room. And this process, nutritionists should collect several data such as anthropometric data, laboratory data, related nutrition, of course, physical data and clinical history related nutrition, and previous dietary intake history. Secondly, this data will be used to determine their nutritional problem, or we call nutrition diagnosis. And then to solve this nutritional problem, nutritionists compile nutrition intervention that will be performed to patients. The next process is carry out monitoring and evaluation. Okay, if monitoring and evaluation result show that the nutritional diagnosis has not been resolved, we will conduct to reassessment. Okay. Meanwhile, outpatient nutrition consultation are conducted at the nutrition clinic every working day from 8 a.m. until 16 p.m. And then besides the tasks, we also have other tasks. The other tasks are to provide the nutrition education to the community. And for doing that, we collaborate with local health centers to carry out research in the field of nutrition, at least one research per year, both on national and international level. Okay, to support National Brain Center, which is also an academic hospital, we are assigned to guide nutrition students who are under internship program in our hospital. Currently, for example, we are guiding intern students for the Bandung Poltekkes with online methods. Okay, as a health worker who provides care to patients, I cannot work alone. Every day, I have to coordinate not only with fellow nutritionists or doctors, but also with other health practitioners such as a nurse, physiotherapists, pharmacists, speech therapists, and others. I must do this in order to make the nutrition care process can be performed optimally in patients' disease recovery process. Okay, do you want to work as a nutritionist, especially in the hospital? Yes, this is some work areas for nutritionists. Nutritionist fields of work is now is very broad. In my experience, the food industry is the most desirable sectors. Unfortunately, there are still a few nutrition graduates who want to become a nutritionist in the hospital. In fact, the health sector is not only for doctor or nurse, but also for nutritionists. There is important role for nutritionists there. So come join us. Okay, what should we do to prepare ourselves to become a nutritionist in a hospital? Okay, to be able to work as a nutritionist, there are several conditions that must be met, of course. The main requirement are graduated diploma or bachelor of nutrition and have a valid registration certificate. And for other supporting requirements, it may be different from one agency to another. Okay, I think that's all I can share with you. This is the one of inspiring quotes. The doctors of the future will not longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and disease with nutrition. Okay, thank you very much for your time and your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to you, Miss Lina. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, everyone, now you have heard about Miss Fatma's experience, and it's very interesting because we know now that students or dietitians that work in a hospital not only providing a diet for patients, but also do another job. So, if you are interested to work in the hospital, so you may have to do your best and practice. Okay, so for you who have interest and who have a questions for Miss Fatma Silviani, you can directly type your question, yeah? All right, so don't wait too long. Let's move to the second speakers, and this is very special. He is Lieutenant Shahrijan from Medical Corps, Malaysia. He is working as nutritionist in Royal Medical Corps. He studied previously nutrition and health science in Management and Science University, Malaysia. Right now, he is also doing his master degree in sport nutrition at UITM or University Teknologi Mara Shah Alam, Malaysia. So, let we welcome Mr. Shahrijan. Hello, Mr. Shahrijan.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It is fine there in Malaysia?
Yep, it's fine. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, during this pandemic, it's very struggling everywhere, right?
Yep, we affected too.
Okay.
Try to manage it.
So, so Mr. Shahrijan,
yep.
Are you ready for your presentation?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'd like to share now, maybe.
Okay, so you have 20 minutes, so I will inform you if the time almost finished.
Okay.
Okay, so the time is yours, Mr. Shahrijan.
Yeah. First, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to thanks to Universitas Binawan for the invitation for this sharing session. And actually, I'm not an expert. I think I just seem like everyone, but I like to share what I'm doing right now in Malaysia, and specifically as a nutritionist for armed forces in Army. Basically, nutritionist in Army is quite different from nutritionist at the government sector. We have a different section, different tasks, and I would like to share during this session. Since I am an Army officer, I will have two portfolio, which is the first one is as Army officer, and the second one is as nutrition officer. So from the previous speakers, I think mostly, I'm not sure how nutritionist tasks in Indonesia, but in Malaysia we have quite different between nutritionists and dietitians. A dietitian mostly work in hospital-based clinical, and for nutritionists we work for community area. So currently in Malaysia Armed Forces, we have five. We have 3 dietitians and 1 nutritionist, which is me, and we have like 5 army hospital. So we work together, nutritionist and dietitian, in Malaysian Armed Forces, and we cater a lot of program to mostly for our focus for for Malaysia Armed Forces officer and and uh, and other ranks. So today I would like to share my experiences for the 5 years working in Malaysia Armed Forces as a nutritionist. So can you next? Yeah. Beside we work in hospital, in army hospital, we also get an opportunity to join a lot of international program with other armed forces from United States, from Australia, from Korea. So we work with medical officer and medical crew from other country. Like this one, in this picture, I have an opportunity to give a talk at the United States Naval Ship Mercy Ship, which is during this program, they want to know what is halal foods, how to prepare halal food, how to store halal food in a shape, because they really want to know what is halal and is it how to prepare food in halal way. So in during this program, I have to give a talk and share about halal thing and halal food preparation in nutrition's way. So yep. Next. So this is one of nutrition education for the community. So as an army, we have a lot of program, which is we call it in Malay Project Jiwa Murni, which is we go to the rural area, to the village, to the area that very far from the town. Since I am in the medical corps, we give a free medical assessment, medical treatment, dental treatment, medicine to the people that stay in the rural area, which is very far from the town or city. So as a nutritionist, I take this advantage to educate or give a sharing session with them about nutrition. Even though I know we have a lot of barrier. I mean, it's not easy for them to catch up with the nutrition education. But then at least we know how to be a nutrition, how to prepare food in nutrition way with the limited food source. So this kind of activity also we do it a lot during the program. So and a lot of participants, which is mostly from the mothers our kids really want to know for the exposure. Next picture. This is another photos which is we do during the exercise, which is we call it exercise tiger strike. Since I'm working with Army or Malaysian Armed Forces, we have a lot of exercise, which is exercise, joint exercise, by a yearly exercise with another country like United States, Japan, Australia, also with Indonesia, And then this is one of the exercise we do together, which is we call it exercise tiger strike. And then during the exercise, I was assigned to join the U.S. Medical Corps and medical crew from the Marine U.S. Armed Forces, maybe Marine U.S. Navy Marine. During that time, we go to the rural area. We educate our armed forces first about nutrition, about healthy eating, healthy behavior, and healthy lifestyle, and then how to be healthy in nutritious way, even with limited amount of food during training. So this kind of exercise really one in a lifetime, and then you cannot get it. You can get this experience if you not work in medical in armed forces. Yep. So the next. So this one is training in Army. It's just since I hold two portfolio, which is Army officer and then nutrition officer. I have to undergo a lot of Army training. Since from the cadet and then for rank promotion, I have to go a lot of training, and this training is required or compulsory to everyone. So yeah, this is one of advantage for me as a nutrition to get a lot of education training from the Army itself. So so my friends that work as a nutritionist at government sector, in Malaysia government sector, they don't get this opportunity. So mostly students or after graduate, they apply as a nutritionist in government sector or in private sector or in private sector. But then not many people or not many students after graduate try to apply in Army because they worry they're not capable to do the activities or training in Army. But then it's very good for them for this exposure and process. Yep, next please. So so basically I think work in Army nutritionist is really is very good to everyone, especially in Malaysia, because you get a lot of exposure. So right now, mostly as a nutritionist in Army, we mostly educate Army officers and other ranks about healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. we cater the problem is mostly about BMI problem. In army, we must maintain in armed forces, Malaysia Armed Forces, we must maintain our BMI in a normal range. So if you have overweight or obesity problem, uh, uh, you cannot go for the rank promotion, or you cannot go for uh, 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 course, you cannot go to mission or something like that. So this is very crucial, and this is very important as an army officer or other rank uh, to maintain their fitness and maintain their BMI. So this is why a lot of invitation from the um, from the from the uh, from the other from the army to give a talk about how to maintain a healthy way and how to eat right. So this is what mostly my job in army sector. So we we work here to educate and give talk to the armed forces people. And then we also do some research, a lot of research for training center, how to maintain cadets and students and in army center to maintain their fitness. And then we also have a research about the military ration, which is the military ration that used during the army, the foods that armed forces use to eat during their training in the uh, in, in the training area. And then one of the research currently we do is supplement or fortified foods that can be used in army ration too. And then a lot of study have you done about the diet for armed forces pilots, athlete in armed forces, and the diet for special force people. So beside that, we also do a hygiene checkup at the food hygiene checkup and food preparation at the hospital and courthouse in armed forces area. So yeah, I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Shahrijan. It's a very interesting talk because I think you have emphasized some important points about indeed we work in different countries, but we still have similar job desk and responsibility. Besides the dietary management, people health well-being, and educated people, giving education to people about nutrition, and doing research, both with students and ourselves, is also our task, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not many people know that in the army, there will be a nutritionist as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this also proved that a nutrition is student only for women. So you proved that. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharijan.
You're welcome.
All right. For you who have question for Mr. Shahridan, you can also type on the comment column, or you can click the link on the comment column on our YouTube video streaming. So let's move to the third speakers. Maybe some of you waiting for her. So I will then explaining about her background first. So Mrs. Marieta Saavedra Hilario from San Pedro College, Philippines. She got her bachelor in nutrition and dietetic at university at Immaculate Conception, Davao City, Philippines. She has been teaching nutrition and dietetic for 27 years, actively involved in food service and management as well. Oh. Further, she has been engaged in several volunteer works for supporting pregnant and lactating mother. Well, looking at her CV, she must be have a very broad and many experiences. So let's welcome Miss Marieta from San Pedro College, Philippines. Hello, Miss Marieta.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's really nice to meet you, Miss Marieta.
Same here.
Is everything going well in Philippines during this pandemic?
Not so.
Not so.
Because of the pandemic.
Okay. Maybe Miss Marieta need to prepare a bit.
No, not anymore.
Okay. So if you're ready, we can start your presentation, Miss Marieta.
Okay.
So the time is yours, Miss Marieta.
Okay, I will share to you the country's actions for nutrition improvement and what are the responsibilities of nutritionists in achieving target outcomes. Okay, the country's aims to achieve reduction of target outcomes in different forms of malnutrition, such as wasting, stunting, micronutrient deficiencies, and overweight and obesity. Okay, there are strategies that we need to follow and implement to achieve the target outcomes. Number one is focusing on the first 1,000 days of life. Uh, that first 1,000 days of life age span is from 9 months of pregnancy to the second birthday of the child. This is to address the prevalence of stunting and wasting problems in children. In the Philippines, 1 out of 3 children is stunted, or the child's height is extremely low from what is ideal for his age. When growth faltering happens in the first 1,000 days of life, undernutrition, particularly stunting, happens. Stunting is irreversible. Children who are stunted have diminished cognitive and physical development, less productive, and poor in health. When stunted women become pregnant, the possibilities is high to have complication, and she may pass the stunting to her children that may lead to an unending poverty. Our government and the Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition, one ultimate goal is to prevent this to happen. So in the first 1,000 days of life is our opportunity to save the child's future and the future of the country as well. Now the next is the development projects that are modified to produce nutritional outcome. These are government projects that at first glance seems to have nothing to do with nutrition. One of it is farm to market roads. The construction of the road from the farm to the market is helping the fathers of the identified malnourished children because they are hired as construction workers. This may somehow help them to have an income so that they can buy foods and other needs of the family. Others are urban gardening, livelihood skills training, agricultural livelihood training. The targets are households with malnourished children, pregnant women, or the nutritionally vulnerable groups. Training was provided for free. Home or backyard gardening promotes the use of recycled empty containers of soft drinks, mineral water, vehicle exposed tires as spots for planting. Urban gardening, livelihoods livelihood skills and agriculture trainings will be coordinated to the local government units and the Department of Agriculture in that particular community. The Department of Agriculture will give free seminars and training and distribute seeds and seedlings to identified parents of malnourished children. Nutrition team should work closely with the local government units for coordination and for the proper implementation of the program. The next is to give priority to geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas and the communities of indigenous people. Okay, the government and the Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition also wants to give priority to them and see to it that they are specially reached by services. We also have to respect their culture in the design and the implementation of the nutrition programs. Here in our city, the City Nutrition Division chose one of these geographically isolated and disadvantaged area as the first host of the Nutrition Month Celebration 2020, and also because this area has the most cases of malnutrition. The city government's nutrition team, using the Community Integrated Management for Acute Malnutrition Program, distributed micronutrient supplementation such as vitamins and minerals. Ready-to-use therapeutic foods for severely acute malnourished children. Ready-to-use supplementary foods for moderately malnourished children. Mother-baby handbooks also to guide mothers through their pregnancy and how to raise their newborn child. Distribution of deworming tubs which can be availed through their district and barangay health offices. The implementation of this program, the City Nutrition Division and the local government units should follow implementing policies of the national level in every related nutrition project they will do for funding support, especially for poor municipalities. In order to have to suc- in order to have a successful strategies, we have 8 nutrition specific programs. Okay, these programs are interventions that will directly address malnutrition that are caused by inadequate food, poor dietary intake, and poor maternal and child care. Number 1 is infant and young child feeding program. Okay, this encompasses promotion exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months and appropriate complementary feeding while continuing breastfeeding up to 2 years and beyond. Okay, the program should cover at least 90% of all children aged 0 to 24 months. Support system is needed around the mother and child. We need to provide them with an environment whose health and nutrition services are available and accessible. Poor nutrition during pregnancy compromises the growth and development of the child in the mother's womb. When the mother is not getting proper nutrition for herself and for her baby, the child comes into this world malnourished. Deficiencies of the key nutrients inhibit the normal growth and development of the fetus. In some cases, it may even threaten the child's survival. Okay, it's the nutritionist's duty to remind pregnant mothers the importance of the proper nutrition for her and for her baby. Proper nutrition is a balanced diet of energy giving, body building, and body regulating foods. Lactating mothers should also have proper nutrition. Breastfeeding must continue amidst COVID-19. COVID-19 has not been detected in the breast milk of any mother with confirmed or suspected COVID-19. Babies who receive their mother's breast milk receive antibodies that protect them from potentially deadly infectious disease like pneumonia, diarrhea, and sepsis. This is a call for mothers to breastfeed without any additional food or fluids, not even water, for the first 6 months. Then, at 6 months, the baby should be given appropriate complementary foods while continuing breastfeeding up to 2 years and beyond. The second intervention scheme is the integrated management of acute malnutrition. This is to provide nutrition and medical services to almost 800,000 moderately and severely acute malnourished children 0 to 59 months. This program includes the provision of ready-to-use therapeutic food and ready-to-use supplementary food of the Department of Health. Okay, ready-to-use therapeutic food is a food supplementation for treating severe acute malnutrition. This is an expensive mixture of ground peanuts, powdered milk, sugar, oil, and vitamins and minerals. This is energy dense and highly nutritious, filled with micronutrients and antioxidants. It needs no cooking or refrigeration. World Health Organization declare this as an essential medication. Care recommended for children so that they have the chance for the normal development of their brains and bodies and the hope for a healthy adulthood. The third is National Dietary Supplementation Program. It aims to add the quality of food for pregnant and lactating mothers 6 to 23 months old, 3 to 12 years old, preschool age, and school age children. Okay, it also aims to improve the system of public elementary school-based feeding programs, and it aims also to build a food plant for the production of the ready-to-use therapeutic foods and ready-to-use supplementary foods. Now, the next is the National Nutrition Promotion Program for Behavior Change. We have several components, including nutrition promotion in school, that will be done primarily with the Department of Education, Department of Health, and the local government units. Okay, nutrition promotion in workplaces with the Department of Health and Department of Labor and Employment. Okay, several promotion strategies. Number one is the celebration of Nutrition Month 2020. Okay, this is to promote awareness of people about proper nutrition. Okay, some of our regions celebrated it through a feeding program by giving supplementary foods to identified malnourished children. Others through pregnant, lactating mother counseling and the distribution of fresh vegetable packs and other micronutrient supplementation. Others through poster making and video cooking contests to cook foods that are nutrient dense and affordable, especially this time of pandemic. Another one is the television. Okay, through advertisement of fortified foods like milk and for program for children like NutriQuiz. Another one is radio station. Okay, this is a means used by the National Nutrition Council in addressing hunger and food insecurity in the country through nutrition education. Okay, the program featured different activities and projects related to additional source of income, securing enough food supply, and attainment of proper nutrition without the need of spending much for nutritious food. During this pandemic, Radio for Nutrition presented ways on how to safeguard proper nutrition of Filipinos despite the threat of COVID-19 and its resulting crisis. The program was able to reach a wider audience when it was made available and accessible in Facebook and YouTube and print ads. Okay, the number 5 is the micronutrient supplementation program. This is also our work no, as nutritionists. Through nutrient supplementation and distribution of free vitamin A capsule, iron, folic acid tablets, micronutrient powder, and zinc. These are for infants, school children, women of reproductive age, pregnant, and lactating mothers. Okay, the next is the mandatory food fortification program. Actually, this is to complement the micronutrient supplementation of number 5. Here in our country, we have two fortification laws. These are the food fortification law. This is to fortify food staples such as rice added with iron, flour added with iron and vitamin A, oil and sugar added with vitamin A. The other law is the salt law. This is to fortify salt with iodine. Okay, to make the Filipino consumer aware this fortification law, seals are mandated to be attached on the packaging of specified fortified foods. There are 3 seals, one for iodized salt, one for rice, flour, sugar, and cooking oil, and one for processed foods. Okay, number 7 is Nutrition in Emergencies program. Okay, this program assures nutrition protection and food availability during emergencies and disasters. Through capacity building, local government to be able to integrate institutionalized nutrition and emergencies under disaster emergency preparedness and response plan. Okay, one mark of this program is the series of strong earthquakes that had struck one of our provinces last October 2019. Okay, the regional nutrition cluster was activated to meet the nutritional needs of the individuals, especially the most vulnerable groups. The team conducted nutrition initial needs assessment and mild upper arm circumference and weight height measurement. The team also provided nutrition services such as micronutrient powder, ready-to-use supplementary foods for moderately acute malnourished children, ready-to-use therapeutic food for severely acute malnourished children under 5 years old. Okay, ready-to-use supplementary food, Plumpy Mum, for wasted, pregnant, and lactating mothers. Counseling and establishment of breastfeeding support groups were also a priority. And the last is the overweight and obesity management and prevention program. Okay, this recognizes the overweight and obesity are primary risk factors of non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, stroke, cancer, diabetes mellitus, and other chronic diseases. This program also focuses on promoting healthy food environment, promotion of healthy lifestyle, and weight management interventions to address this emerging trend. So those are the duties of and responsibilities of the nutritionist in the country's actions for nutrition improvement. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Marietta. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you have raised, Miss Marietta has raised crucial topics about the fact that we who live in developing countries have to deal with many nutritional problems, not only in a hospital, but also in a community. The 1,000 days of life of children is crucial. However, prevention even before the mother got pregnant is even more important. This is not only the job of nutritionists, but also an engagement of government stakeholders and community, of course. Okay then, very well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions for Miss Marietta, you can also type your questions on our YouTube video streaming. So, I want to remind you again, if you already capture our activities in our YouTube video, you may post on the Instagram story and then mentioning Universitas Binawan and Prodi Gizi Binawan. Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Now we come to the question and answer session. We will have 3 questions for each presenter, and it will be divided by each presenter. All right. So I will then read the question for Miss Fatma first. All right. Wait a moment. So Miss Fatma, you ready for question and answer session?
Yes, Miss Lena, thank you. I'm ready.
Okay, so first questions for Miss Fatma. So this question is from Kansa Fitri Mutia from Binawan University. So the question is, what are the toughest challenge in becoming a nutritionist and how to overcome these difficulties?
Okay, thank you for the question, Miss from Binawan. Our largest challenge is we must do nutrition care process not only for 1 or 2 patients every day, but average 30 patients per day. We just don't have to work right, but also work fast. We solve it with before we work. We always make a plan. What should we do every day? We also often refresh our science about management nutrition therapy. And for the difficult case, we will discuss it together with my friend. And also we will discuss it with our doctor, of course. Okay.
Okay, I hope the answer is very useful for you, Miss Kansa Fitri Mutia. Okay, the next question is also from Binawan University. So the question is, to work as a nutritionist in a hospital, what is the main condition that should be met? Whether you must have registered dietitian or you can just enter and after that you can register your position in the hospital. So,
Okay.
Ms. Fatma?
Okay, thank you, Miss Lina. Thank you for the question. Okay, to be able to work as a nutritionist in hospital, main requirements sure are graduates of diploma or bachelor of nutrition and must have a registration certificate. If you have experience work at hospital before, it that will make you priority. Not easy, also not difficult to be nutritionist in hospital.
Okay, so I think maybe the students from a nutrition department wondering if we want to be a nutritionist in the hospital is really difficult to be accepted. So that's why perhaps we need to confirm whether what kind of skill that we need to obtain to be the nutritionist in a hospital, Miss Fatma.
Okay, I think the first you must be have is confidence, Miss Lina. And then I think you must be apa you must be have critical thinking, okay, and you must be have can work under pressure, because if you work with other practitioner, you must be met difficulty in your at your working. Sure.
All right, so you must be adaptive and
Yes.
have a strong personality, right?
Right. Yes.
So don't worry, everyone. Don't worry, student. You must be able to do your nutrition works in the field of in the hospital or in a community. All right. For the next sessions, for the next questions, also for Miss Fatma. This is from Jevanya, Binawan University. So the question is, how do you organize food for patients at the National Brain Center Hospital and community? How you communicate and conduct nutritional counseling, one of which is for patients with meningitis. So it's very interesting, which is an infectious disease. So what you, the team on the National Brain Center Hospital, do to this disease?
Okay, hello Zevanya. Thank you for the question. To do nutrition intervention to meningitis patient, we must doing assessment first, and then make nutrition diagnosis and planning intervention to this patient. To the meningitis patient, mostly have undernutrition and have nausea and so we will give the diet gradually from little by little, indirectly in bulk now, because mostly the patient cannot be consume food consumption is trouble.
All right. I hope you, Zevanya, have been satisfied for the answer from Miss Fatma. Okay, so the next session for the Q&A session, I will read several questions for Mr. Shahrijan. Mr. Shahrijan, are you on standby?
Yep. Hi.
Okay, I will read the first question.
Okay.
So the first question is, what should we consume to prevent and minimize the impact from exercising? For example, sore muscle. Thank you.
Okay. Correct. Thank you for the question. Uh, yeah. In army, we have very intensive exercise, but then during my training too, I have done a lot of exercise every day, every morning, every evening, even night, daily. I think we just practice healthy diet, variety foods, and then we have to drink a lot of water. Make sure is compulsory to every cadet, to every trainee, to drink 1.5 liter of water a night before training, and then they provide us banana. Actually, banana is good for potassium for the muscle cramp, to avoid muscle cramp. Have a good sleep, have a good rest. If your muscles start sore, you should stop doing the exercise. I think yeah, yeah. think that's the answer for me.
All right, Mr. Shahrijan. So I got your point. So during the exercise, to prevent or to minimize the impact for the shore muscle,
Yeah.
we must first have enough hydration
Yes.
and have enough consumption of potassium source.
Yeah.
That's right?
Yeah. Rest and sleep.
Okay. So the next question, Mr. Shahrijan. So based on your experience, what are the main problems, the main nutritional problems that you often encounter in Malaysia, especially in your army barracks?
Mm. I think the most problem in army field is BMI problem, uh, body weight problem. Body weight problem. Yeah. Because we very specific for every personnel in Malaysia Armed Forces to be in the normal range of BMI. To meet the requirement in the normal range of BMI, uh, they need to be more disciplined about their food intake, their physical activities, their daily lifestyle. The problem with Malaysia Armed Forces, we like to eat. If we have a lot of, if we join any training, any seminar, any program, they provide us with food like 6 times per day, buffet style. So they tend to eat more and more and more. And even if they go back to their home, their wife or spouse cook a lot of food, and they tend to eat more. So this is the problem in Malaysian Armed Forces personnel. Uh, yeah, but we cater this problem with a lot of program, uh, like seminar, like talk, uh, like training for trainer, to avoid or to reduce obesity or overweight among Malaysian forces personnel.
All right, but I'm a bit curious because since you're mentioning that the problem from the army is obesity because of the food intake during they're staying at home. So I'm wondering whether you, the team, the nutritionist from our Army's force, have educated the wives or the family from your army members?
Oh yes. In army, we have a like community of wife of the army personnel. We call it bakat. Bakat. So this organization is like we do a lot of program among wife of army personnel. So we also they also invite us as a nutritionist and dietitian to give a talk, education, or cooking demonstration uh, during their program. So we also engaging ourselves by giving seminar or talk or nutrition education to the army wives personnel. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's great. So the wife and the family also got the nutritional education from the army personnel like you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third question there will be from Ari Dwi Alristina from Stikes Hang Tua Surabaya. So the question is, what kind of countermeasures that are important conducted in Navy force when they sail, especially for Army who have a base in the sea, so they have to sail?
Quantum measure? What do you mean?
Okay, So maybe in the Navy Force, there are many teams or several teams. So not only on the ground, but also like have to sail with the Army Force on the sea. So what kind of countermeasures as the nutritionist to prevent the nutritional problem during their tasks on the sea?
Oh, e- yep. Yeah. I think in the naval ship, they have a cookhouse, and then they have uh, uh, ransom or rations for a month, for a month or 3 months. I think they provide uh, enough food for their crew or to eat during the program. I think. Uh, and then we have uh, medical medical personnel that attach to the ship uh, during their sailing during the program. I think if the ship have to go from one country to another country, or uh, during their duty to look out at the uh, Malaysia border, something like that. I think we don't have any problem about that, about the food supply. Or the problem is how to discipline the Navy officer or Navy underrank or people in that ship to eat right, or uh, consume food the right way during the program. Because uh, I went to the naval base before and give a talk, and then I heard this kind of problem. Because when they sailing or when they are on board, they don't have enough. They don't have much activities to do in the ship, so that they tend to eat more and more and more and do nothing. They can't have normal physical activities because with a limited area or limited space in that ship. So this kind as a nutritionist, this is our job and task to educate them how to eat right, how to be disciplined about choosing a right diet, or eat on right time during the training. Yep.
All right. So you give us an insight when the Navy Force have to sail on the sea on board. So the nutritionist should provide their food for the period of time, so the Navy Force wouldn't lack of food during on board, and maintaining their daily activities to prevent the nutritional problem.
Yep, true.
Okay, so Mr. Sahrijan, thank you.
Yep, you're
So we
welcome.
will move to the next session for Miss Marietta. Hello, Miss Marietta. Are you on standby?
Hello, hello. Hello,
Hello.
ma'am. Hello.
So we will start the question and answer session for you.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so the first question is, at present, there are quite a lot of stunting cases in Indonesia. How do you avoid stunting, and how to deal with babies who are already indicated as stunting?
Okay, that is why here in the Philippines we have to push, no, we have a campaign to push the first 1,000 days of life. Okay, this is our program to prevent malnourished, to have malnourished children and to have stunted children. And if ever the child is already stunted, they are the priority of the ready to use, no, ready to use therapeutic foods and ready to use supplementary foods. So they are the priority for that program, especially the feeding program.
Right. So we should concern about the 1,000 days of life to prevent stunting. That's right. So the second question is, there are a lot of pregnant women got infected from COVID-19. Is this also happening in Philippines? And how do you manage this issue in terms of the nutrition?
Okay, that is why pregnant is one of our vulnerable group. So they are advised, no, to stay home as much as possible. If ever they got infected, they are the priority of the government for the nutrition feeding program and all medical nutrition services they are due to receive.
Okay, so in Philippines, you concern more about the prevention. So is there any a pregnant woman got infected with COVID-19 there in Philippines, Miss
Yes,
Marie?
yes, we have also.
So you also provide the nutritional program for them to like
Yes, we
yeah,
have. But in fact, they are our priority if ever they got infected.
all right. So I'm sorry. So the third question, so how does your country categorize stunted children? As far as I know, in Indonesia, if the child height less than normal for his age, it counted stunting, even he doesn't have any malnutrition before. Since I work in government institution, I have responsibility to collect the nutrition status of children. But I'm still doubt with the definition of stunting from Gina, Public Health Center Bandung.
Okay,
So,
sige, okay. Okay, here in our country, we already monitor even the low birth weight infants. So from that on, we monitor the child until the child reaches the age of 1 year old. We only not consider the height, but also the desirable body weight of the baby. Now, if ever the baby is less than 60% of his ideal body weight, or the weight of the baby is less than 60% of his ideal body weight, so we already categorize the baby as stunted and poor in health. And then we will give them the priority also for the feeding program of the nutrition, especially the Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition.
okay, it's very interesting. I want to add one more question is from me. So I'm wondering whether the yes we developing countries all try to prevent the malnutrition from for children, especially in the 1,000 days of lives. So I'm wondering whether the prevention program in Philippines is effective to reduce the malnutrition prevalence in Philippines.
Okay, well, in fact, we have a goal of from 2015, we noted 33 point something percent of our malnourished children, but we plan, no, hopefully with after this pandemic, we could reach the target of 24 point something percent, no, a decrease, no, from 33 to 24%. So our team, nutrition team, is really working hard for this, no, but in fact, even during pandemic time, they are on their feet to the community just to reach those targeted malnourished children.
Okay, so this is the collaboration act from us, the nutritionists, and all the stakeholders from the countries, right, Miss Marieta?
Yes, without the local government units, since they are more geographically oriented, so we have to cling to them with that.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer, Miss Marieta. So, we already finished the Q&A session. So maybe all of you are already wondering who will get the giveaway from our event. So then, after this, I will explain about that. So I will summarize the results from our presentation. So perhaps for students who haven't conducted the dietetic internship, perhaps you have an insight for how the dietitian or nutritionist work in the hospital, in a community, in also in an army force. So now, not only arranging the diet menu, but also performing other tasks, such as socialization, education, and doing the research as well. So students, don't give up and increase your motivation. However, we may understand that the purpose of this webinar is to open your mind, to open your insight of you students and nutrition practitioner, that the opportunity of working abroad is also possible for us as well, Indonesian. Well, however, it doesn't come less to you that working in your own country. Both of us have their own way in order to contribute promoting human well-being and humanity. All right, so we come to the announcement for the winner of the giveaway from this event. So let me read. So the first, wait a minute. So the first winner is Ari Dwi from Stikas Hang Tuah, Surabaya. And then the second is from Gina, Bandung. All right. So I want to remind you again that you can check again about the winner and the material for today's presentations in the Instagram from Binawan Prodi Gizi Binawan. You can access the speaker material through the link that we will provide in the end of this event. And don't forget to fill in your registration form to get your e-certificate after this event finish. So we have come to the end of this event. So I'd like to thank the invited guest speakers, Ms. Fatma Silviani, Mr. Muhammad Syahrizan bin Abdul Hamid, and Ms. Marieta Safidra Hilario, who provide their precious time and their experience and expertise in nutrition and dietetic field of work with us. So it's a very interesting, informative, and very useful information. Thank you very much for you all. And I also want to thank all the representatives of Binawan University for attending this very special occasion. And of course, all of you, the viewer of our streaming video. Well, don't miss our next webinar event on October. So because this is a webinar series, we will have the second webinar event on the next October. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me, and see you on the next event.
gizi seimbang,
wujudkan insan sehat yang mandiri,
pangan dan hidup bersih, menuju bangsa yang sehat. Hey, berprestasi.
Selamat datang di Universitas Binawan. Universitas Binawan berdiri sejak tahun 2001. Saat ini kami berkembang dengan 13 program studi yang tersebar ke dalam 6 fakultas. Pertama, Fakultas Keperawatan dan Kebidanan dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D3 Kebidanan, S1 Keperawatan, dan Profesi Nurse. Yang kedua, kami memiliki Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat dengan 3 prodi juga, yaitu D4 Keselamatan dan Kesehatan Kerja, kemudian S1 Gizi, dan S1 Teknik Lingkungan. Yang ketiga adalah Fakultas Sains dan Teknologi dengan 3 program studi, yaitu D4 Teknologi Laboratorium Medis, S1 Farmasi, dan S1 Aktuaria. Yang keempat, kami memiliki Fakultas Fisioterapi dengan program studi D4 Fisioterapi. Dan kelima, Fakultas Sosial dan Humaniora dengan program studi S1 Kesejahteraan Sosial dan program studi S1 Psikologi. Terakhir, kami memiliki Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis dengan program studi S1 Manajemen. Metode pembelajaran di Universitas Binawan dengan menggunakan metode perkuliahan dalam jaringan dan belajar langsung melalui praktikum serta magang di institusi nasional dan internasional. Nah, dengan metode ini terbukti bahwa sudah banyak alumni Universitas Binawan yang terserap di pasar kerja internasional. So, mengapa harus kuliah di Universitas Binawan? Karena kami tidak hanya mendasari konsep pengetahuan, namun juga memberikan pengalaman langsung untuk menguatkan kompetensi yang diperlukan pasar kerja. Ayo wujudkan mimpi kalian bersama Universitas Binawan, kampus internasional, digital, dan berakhlak. Binawan, kampusku.
saya Indra Prianto.
Nama saya Yuliana Sitorus.
Kami berdua lulusan dari Universitas Binawan Jakarta.
Kami berdua lulusan tahun 2018 dan sekarang bekerja di Aerofood Industrial Catering.
Jadi nggak akan nyesel untuk kuliah di Binawan, Jakarta.